Alrighty now, we get to the good stuff. Embed Editor. Oh my God, you can do so much with this. I've opened a design that I digitized. This is the 3D view. Here's the normal view. Down here at the bottom is where I'm switching. 3D view. Density map. The orange areas are the thicker, denser areas. And when you get to red, it's even thicker and denser. X-ray, sort of like taking an X-ray of your leg. The dark areas would be the skin and muscle. The white areas, the bone or the heavier parts. Let's switch back here. Now over here on your right, it tells you the stitches and the colors and the types of stitches. Stitch 1, jump 1, the colors. Stitch 4 in that color would actually be stitch 1478, etc., etc. Down here at the very bottom, the size of the design, the position in the hoop, and the total number of stitches, and the total number of color changes. Up here at the top, an itty-bitty picture of your design and the colors of the threads as they would stitch out. If you single right click on the itty-bitty, you have tons of choices here, which you will also have over here. If you right click on one of the color boxes, you can hide that color, hide all the colors, show all the colors except this one, hide all the colors except this one. Special colors for different machines. Change a color, change just that one, change it all. Swap the sewing order. Delete that color. Delete all colors except this one. Separate this one color from all the others, or separate all colors. Split at the end of the first color. Find it in the catalog, view your thread list. Now if I click on separate all colors, each one of those colors is now separate so that you can work with just one color at a time. It won't interfere with the stitch out. It will just let you work in Editor easier. I'm going to go back and recombine them. Now if I single left click on any one of the color boxes up here, say this one. Oops, that color is now invisible. Let's make that one invisible. There goes the beak. There goes part of the eye, and there goes the rest of the eye. The only thing left is the blue wave part and the underlayment stitches that I made. Now if I click on that one, there goes the underlayment. This enables me to work on just the blue without making any changes whatsoever to the other colors. I would go up to the lasso here and I would click, 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 double click, right click inside there, split join, split, and it's gone or moved. And you can see over here it's now separated. If I bring everything back by single left clicking again, everything's there except this is still out of there. Well, I don't want that, so we'll take it back to the way it is supposed to be. Now the top row up here is, well, it looks the same as Manager, but it's not quite. Same here. Here's switching to Manager, Studio, Safmato Stitch, which is a plugin and I don't have, and Cross Stitch, which I don't have. Create a new document, open one, add one, print, send this through electronic mail, in other words, email it to someone. Cut selected areas or selected object and put it on the clipboard. Undo, redo, enlarge, miniaturize, zoom to selected object. Okay. Up here, go to Edit. We can duplicate the design. Now I have two of them. Embird offsets it ever so slightly, so you can tell there's two of them there. There they are. Go back, back, back to one. Auto repeat, that would be making more of them. Corner, you can choose how you want them to look. Let's see. Let's select mirror, and there's the design now. There's four of them in a beautiful little square. Undo that. Edit. Let's see. Let's try corner again. We'll go to, rotate right. The reason why they're so squashed together is because it has to fit into the hoop. That's the hoop. Undo it. Corner, mirror. You can mirror it on the horizontal axis. You can mirror it on the vertical axis. Just the one design. Bring it to the center, rotate it, skew it. Alright, you have two choices again, horizontal and vertical. Let's click horizontal. Skew objects. Really doesn't do much. Set the size, set the position in the hoop, shrink to fit the hoop, change the density of the pattern, set the envelope. Okay, that was just a warning, letting you know that you've already played around with your design. Okay, now this is how you really skew it, or twist it, or deform it, or shape it a different way, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I can select lines, two lines, curves, two curves. Let's go two lines. And let's go one. We only got one design. Alright, here we go. Grab here, and looky that. Alright, I would say OK. And that's how your design would look now. Go back. Definitely don't like that. You can snap it to guidelines. You can lock the guidelines. This can only be seen in the normal view. You can separate all colors, separate all items if you've got more than one design together. You can split it. You can sort the colors, smart color source, reduce the colors, change the stitch types, change the stitch order, edit in Studio, edit it in Thread. Mode, select mode, points editing mode, freehand, rotate, zoom, all things that are over here on your left. Your view, normal mode, enhanced, zoom, pretty much standard. I have all the toolbars selected. If you want to see how it stitches, got to zoom in to be able to see it. You can change the speed up here on the left. Let's go 250 stitches a minute. And there's the design stitching out. Close it. Over here you can insert text, font engine text, ready-made alphabet, one that you've purchased or made yourself, a studio design, which is in a slightly different format, but it will change it and merge it. Now, you go down to basting stitches, left click, and you've got all different types of basting stitches. This one would put a box around the design with a few stitches going into the design. I generally use the square box. If you select the star, you can select different points. Okay. You can specify the stitch length because you want them long so that you can remove them easily, and you can select how far away it is from the design itself. Say OK. Now the reason why it's so big is I didn't have the design selected, so it stitched them, it put the basting stitches right around the edge of the hoop. So I'm going to remove that. Now I'm going to select the design, go back up to insert, basting stitches, box, everything's the same, say OK. Now the basting stitches are just around the design. Comes in really handy if you have a dense design and you don't want it to move around. The default color is blue, but you can change it to whatever you want by quickly double left clicking. Change it to, oh God, orange. Okay, and there it is, orange. Before you go on to the rest, you gotta select the design again. Go up to insert again. Cross the reference line. It'll ask you how long you want the stitches. The longer the better, easier to remove. Click OK, and a big cross will be stitched first. It'll completely fill your hoop, and this is the center. You don't want it that big, you can go for a small cross. Click OK, and there's a small cross showing you the exact center of the design. Always remember, if you have two areas of color boxes over here and you want to change the whole thing, press your left mouse button, hold, draw a box around the whole thing so the whole thing is selected. Now you can see a black box around. Now if I left click on the screen, they disappear. Put it back, and it's selected. You really can't do anything with the design unless you've selected it. Go back to insert. You can say add a jump stitch to the center of the hoop after every color. If you're going to have to split the design, aligning stitches, auto aligning, you can put aligning stitches at a certain point, fill things out. Options, here you can change the hoop size. You can also change it here.